However, you know what's harder than actually deciding to get a job? Finding one that hires you. I swear, you could send 100.
I was actively searching for a job since I was 14. I got my first job at 18. Alright, man, look. This is Degenerocity's My Job Experience. Boo, boo, job, job, job. Boo, job, 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 job. Nightmare, nightmare. Bro, this is crazy, bro.
Today, I'll be talking about one of humanity's biggest fears. A job! This is a horrifying path that almost everybody will have to eventually face in their life, whether we like it or not. And most of the time, we don't. But everyone has to get their bread somehow. So we just gotta suck it up and pray that we win the lottery or our parlay hits one day. Because let's be for real, nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real aspirations for a certain type of work, I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity to get paid however much you get paid now and not work that job again, we would take it. Because most of us see...
Here's my thing, right? Sitting there doing nothing all day actually fucking sucks. Remember fucking the Rona, bro? When niggas was out here down, like, niggas had nothing to do. Niggas wanted to go out, so there's no way nobody wants to sit home and just do nothing all day. Like, after a week, that shit gets so boring and tiresome. Like, yeah, you got money, but like, now that, like, what else? You have no purpose at that point.
There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive marketing promoter for $1 billion company. But I digress. I'm just saying, I doubt that is most people's passions to work at a 9-to-5 at a warehouse lifting boxes. I don't mean any disrespect, but am I wrong? Plus, it's fun being unemployed. As long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your time from being grandmaster on Rivals and watching reels. Nah, that's too much. But eventually, you want to get your own stuff. You know, young boy tickets ain't free. Or life really hits you in the face and now you actually have bills. So eventually, we all have to get a job. However, you know what's harder than actually deciding to get a job? Finding one that hires you. I swear, you could send 100.
I was actively searching for a job since I was 14. I got my first job at 18. And now, mind you, I was going to all the places that hired kids. Supermarkets, fucking fast food. McDonald's wasn't even calling a nigga back.
100 applications to 100 different places and all of them would still ghost you. You think with how many job openings you see, the businesses are desperate to find people. But nah, it feels like they're posting it as bait, just to mess with people or steal your info. Not only that, if this is your first job, you're gonna have a harder time because even the quote-unquote entry-level jobs are asking for a qualification of having prior experience.
Bro, yeah, you need to be qualified, at least 2 years work experience. Nigga, y'all start the hiring process. You said you could be 16 and work here. You said I could be 14 and work here. What the fuck you wanted me working at 12? Where the fools hiring 12-year-olds? I don't fucking... Everybody say no, need 2-year experience. What? Where's these 2 years coming from?
Like, isn't that what this job is for? How is someone supposed to get experience and not be homeless while almost every decent paying job requires that? And trying to apply for a job on LinkedIn or Indeed is like sending your application.
Boy, Indeed used to be one of them ones. Now, I think, bro, just like how, y'all remember how niggas was calling out honey? I'm calling out Indeed, bro. No cap. That motherfucker is fishy, bro. At first, that motherfucker used to hit. I used to get on Indeed, fill out 4 applications, get 2 calls back. Now, nigga, somebody said they filled out 80 applications with their Indeed profile and got no phone calls. 80? They're selling your information. That's how they're making their money. It makes sense because why is nobody getting any phone calls back but these advertisements is on Indeed? Because they selling the information to these scam likelies, bruh. Clock it.
Into a void. I swear none of those people be reading them. You could have the most stacked profile on LinkedIn. You got a bachelor's, master's, discovered the cure for cancer. Then you send in an application for your dream job to your dream company. Then they write back to you saying, we've read your application. Unfortunately, the CEO's daughter has took your position that you applied for, so get the phone. Back when I was still applying for jobs, I literally gave up on sending applications on those sites because I'd never get a response back. Like, damn, was my application that bad? Even when your application does get noticed and you get set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit ass questions. Why did you choose our business?
Because you said you was hiring.
Y'all hiring. Like, what's up? What is your main motivation to get your work done?
Money.
What else am I here for?
Right.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Hopefully not here. That's just me being honest with my answers.
Nah,
what do you want me to
dead
do? Work here for the rest of my life? This is a Wendy's. So you gotta lie with any question they ask. You have to make yourself.
And what's so crazy is it's all hiring you based off how good you can lie. Because you know I don't want to be here. You know it. 5 years? You think I want to still work at Wendy's in 5 years and think I'm 18? You think I'll graduate at high school to come work at Wendy's for the rest of my life? For sure. Like, you want me here to lie? I'm not gonna lie to you. Walmart knows I don't want to stay. Bro, who wants to say anywhere that you can't pay your bills at? Let's be honest. Bro, listen, the thing is, a lot more, bro, it's so crazy because a lot more people would actually stay and work at McDonald's if you were able to work at McDonald's and, you know, be able to take care of your basic needs, like if minimum wage could have you take care of rent, like maybe get like a mediocre car, you know what I'm saying? Like the regular shit, if to live life, a lot of niggas would actually stay. But shit is just so expensive right now. Regular jobs are not cutting it, bro. Even the kids don't want to work regular jobs. Niggas who was 18, 16, niggas who was like 16 who still are living at home with their parents don't even want to work those jobs because it's like, you don't get shit. You don't get shit, bro. What? Minimum wage is what? Still $7.25? 40 hours, $7.25. Hold on. Less than $300 for a full 2 weeks. For a full week of work. 8 hours a day. And now, mind you, that's without taxes. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, less than $300. Who? And that's without taxes. For 8 hours? Hell no, hell no, hell no.
Look as good as possible, so you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if they asked you a stupid question like, would you still work this job even if there was no pay? You say
Nate wants you to lie about the stupidest shit, because why the fuck would I still work here without no pay?
Absolutely. I always wanted to be a slave. Congratulations. You have successfully become employed. The end of your life starts Tuesday. After starting a job, I feel after the first week, you can find out whether you like it or quit it the next month. And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision. It's your boss and coworkers.
Yo, every time I've quit a job, it was always management. Deadass. Every time I've quit a job, it was either I found a better job or management. That's it. I've never quit a job that I've actually liked. Like, it's always management. The job be bearable. The job is always bearable. It's the fucking management, bro.
Jiggle my balls.
They can make or break this whole thing. If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's amazing. That's how my last real job was. I used to be a waiter for weddings and other events. That job low-key had me stressing because I wasn't good at the start. I was awkward taking orders. I would mess up orders, and one time I even dropped a whole tray of food I was carrying at the wedding. Best believe I didn't get tips that day. And what would get me kind of jealous is that some of my coworkers would walk out and carry 2 trays full of food on one shoulder. Like, damn, bro, are you Samoan? Those trays are mad heavy and so out of balance. But you know what kept me going? It was the fun time I had with my coworkers and boss. They were cool as hell. We had a carpool to get to the events. It was always a vibe and a good time. They made my experience. Imagine working a 16-hour shift and walking out of it happy. One day I clocked in for a double shift for a wedding and a sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m. and clocking out at 1:30 a.m.
Damn.
Granted, I was dead after that shift and had to take off my shoes more than once, but I got $60 worth of tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like Gucci. And I believe I only felt like this because the environment I was around was nice.
Yeah, a good work environment can make you stay. No cap. I've stayed. There's been places I've stayed where I wanted to leave, but like I've had not necessarily management, but I've had good coworkers that was like, all right, I'll stay a little bit. I don't want to leave my niggas.
I've had to serve some aggressive people at some points.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. What can I get out here for free? You a bitch.
If I had trash coworkers or a trash boss, I would have not stayed at that job for long. I have zero patience for bullshit.
Oh God.
Like example, the first job I've ever had in my senior year of high school, I was a janitor at a warehouse. I had no coworkers, so I had nobody to talk to, and my boss was not a bad person, but a bad boss. I'd be working shifts that were 2 to 3 hours every few days, cleaning the break rooms, hallways, and bathrooms. So my pay wasn't even that good, but since I was still in school, I was just thinking, I'm making money and I got more time to study and goon. That sounds like a win-win. But when payday arrived, I would only be paid for half the hours I worked, sometimes less. I was already barely working as is, combined with a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up pee-pee and poo-poo.
Oh, hell no.
Plus, he only paid me through Cash App. You've ever had a job that only...
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Get the off the books ass shit out the fuck out my face. Add Cash App. Fuck no. Bro, under the table. No.
Paid you through Cash App? Man, I had to go. I only worked there for a few weeks. He did pay me the rest of the money after, so he cool, but man, warehouse jobs are not it. My patience dwindled faster when I got accepted at BJ's, and I worked there for 1 day. I asked to go to the bathroom and left during orientation. I discovered they weren't what they advertised. How you gonna call yourselves BJ's without expecting people to have certain expectations? That's false advertising. So I left. That wasn't really the reason. I just didn't want to work in the freezer. That's when I started my waiting job, then YouTube, and now here I am.
Tight.
Unemployed since. I'm just saying I can...
You're not unemployed, bro. I know that, bro. We could do a quick pocket watch. Nah, I'm not gonna do you like that.
Understand the struggles of looking for and having a job. Man. Especially the ones you only take to make ends meet. And the unemployed life can be really fun.
Yeah.
When you have stuff to fall back on. If not, it will only be short-term satisfaction. Eventually, you have to get a career, deal with any of the shortcomings of it, and do that for the rest of your life. The American dream! So when looking for a job, make sure to get one that you like if you have the privilege to do so. That's all I really wanted to say.
Damn!
In conclusion, enjoy unemployment while you still can. Different strokes for different folks. And so on and so on and Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
For sure. Oh, I need to know his thought process at the end of these videos, bruh. He be wildin'. Hey, bruh. W video. Shout out to boy Degenerocity, man. That's a good dude, bruh.